Welcome back to Wikilert.
Iga Swiatek, the 24-year-old former world number one, has had a wild 2025. After dominating women's tennis with 4 French Open titles and a 2022 US Open, her year was marked by highs like her first Wimbledon title and lows, including a drop to world number 8 and no tournament wins since June 2024. Her interviews this year, especially around Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and the US Open, give a raw look at her struggles with pressure, her coaching shakeup, and her mental evolution. Let's dive into the key moments, starting with her most talked about interviews, drawing from reports and social media reactions to paint the full picture. One of the standout interviews was on May 23, 2025 at Roland Garros, where Iga spoke to reporters in the main interview room after arriving as the number 5 seed, a far cry from her usual top billing. She was coming off a disappointing clay season with no titles, a first since her 2020 breakout. Her love for Paris was clear. She smiled and said, "Honestly, everything," when asked what she loves about playing there. But the vibe shifted when she got real about her perfectionist tendencies, admitting, "I tend to judge myself too harshly when I'm not playing the type of mind-boggling tennis I know I'm capable of." She spoke about a philosophical shift, aiming to be more positive and less focused on mistakes, a response to her subpar European clay results. Caroline Wozniacki, in a TNT conference call, backed her up, saying she just needs to relax and let her epic tennis flow. Iga's candor about self-doubt was striking. She said, "I don't think it's possible to not be a perfectionist, but there are ways to control it a bit more." This interview, reported by RolandGarros.com, showed her grappling with expectations while trying to rediscover her clay court magic. Another big moment came on June 17, 2025, in an exclusive with Polish outlet Sport.pl, covered by SI.com. Iga, now world no. 8, was prepping for the grass season, her least favorite surface, after a titleless clay campaign. She struck a positive tone, despite the drought, reflecting on her 2025 season and her new coach, Wim Fissette, who replaced Tomasz Wiktorowski in October 2024. She got emotional defending her team, especially Fissette and longtime psychologist Daria Abramovich, against media scrutiny. "The criticism in the media doesn't give us space to work calmly," she said, pushing back on claims that her team was holding her back. She also addressed her reluctance to add more coaches, saying, "There's little time for training anyway. Even the preparation period lasts only 4 weeks. I can't keep up with what Wim wants to introduce." This interview showed her loyalty and frustration, hinting at the pressure she faced from Polish media and fans expecting her to dominate like she did in 2022, when she won 67 of 76 matches. The US Open brought more viral moments. On August 29, 2025, after a second round win over Susan Lehmans, Iga snapped at a Polish reporter who asked if she'd wear beads in her hair like Naomi Osaka, a question tied to cultural appropriation debates. "What kind of question is that? Excuse me? If I wanted to weave beads in my hair? No. What's going on?" she said, visibly shocked, per dailymail.co.uk. The exchange, posted by @TalkingTennis22 on X, fueled talk of her tense relationship with the media, with one user noting, "Tensions with Polish media have been simmering for a while." Days later, on September 1st, after beating Ekaterina Alexandrova 6-3, 6-1 in the 4th round, she delayed her on-court interview to text her coach about practice courts, explaining, "I asked him to book some time for tomorrow," per sports.yahoo.com. This showed her laser focus, but also sparked chatter about her intensity, with at the tennis letter on X, quoting her saying, "I'm really in my bubble and in the zone." Her most dramatic interview came on September 4, 2025, after a shock US Open quarterfinal loss to Amanda Anisimova, 6-4, 6-3, just weeks after crushing her 6-0 in the Wimbledon final. Reported by 9.com.au, Iga got testy when a reporter suggested fatigue from a packed schedule, Wimbledon, American tournaments, and the US Open was to blame. Well, I don't know, she shot back, shutting down the narrative. She praised Anisimova's game, but was clearly frustrated, saying, "I'm not going to make excuses. She played better today." The frosty exchange, shared by @Ollie_tennis_ on X, had fans split. Some admired her accountability, others felt she was dodging the fatigue angle. This loss stung, ending her chance to be the first woman since Serena Williams in 2012 to win Wimbledon and the US Open in the same year, per @Usapen's X post. Why is this all hitting so hard? Iga's interviews reveal a player at a crossroads. Her 2025 season was a departure from her 2022-23 dominance, where she held the #1 ranking for 125 weeks and won 5 Grand Slams. A 1-month doping ban in 2024 for trimetazidine, which she fought and cleared, plus her coaching change, shook her foundation. Her May Roland Garros interview showed her battling self-imposed pressure, while the June Sport.pl chat highlighted her loyalty to her team amid media heat. The US Open moments, snapping at a reporter and brushing off fatigue, showed her fiery side, but also her struggle to balance openness with privacy. Fans on Reddit's r/tennis, with 69 votes, noted her guardedness, one user saying, "She's tight-lipped about tactics or losses, like press conferences are punishment." X posts like @PopCraves, Iga's US Open presser was intense, reflect the buzz around her candor. Her Wimbledon win on July 13, 2025, against Anisimova, 6-0 was a high point, making her the first woman since Steffi Graf in 1988 to win a major final without dropping a game, per Olympics.com. In her post-match presser, she said, "I didn't even dream about this because it felt too far away. My team believed in me more than I did." This vulnerability, paired with her US Open loss, shows a player navigating highs and lows while staying true to her process. Her comments about avoiding political questions @Indian Wells in March 2025, saying, "I don't want to talk about politics. We live in a very complicated world," per puntodebreak.com, underline her desire to focus on tennis amid external noise. What's next? Iga's season is winding down, but her interviews suggest she's still evolving. She's hinted at refining her grass and hard court game with facet, per NewYorkTimes.com, and her US Open loss could fuel a fiercer 2026. Fans on X like @TennisFanatic are hyped, posting, "Iga's got that fire, she'll bounce back." Others like @SportsVibes want deeper questions, saying, "Ask her about the doping ban or her clay slump next time." The Polish media's scrutiny, as she noted in her Sport.pl interview, might push her to be more selective with press. Her legacy, 6 slams, a 100% Grand Slam final record, and Iga's bakery for her bagel sets remain strong. But these interviews show a human side, a perfectionist learning to let go. What do you think? How's Iga handling the pressure, and what's next for her? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you're rooting for her, and subscribe for more sports stories. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for rocking with me. Keep cheering for Iga, fam.